All right, somebody doesn't want to come in. Are they dressed inappropriately for court? Oh, no, that's not appropriate dress for court. We're not going to a club today. You need to put on a jacket.
You're gonna go see who that is?
Yes, and tell her she needs to cover up. All right, do you know what you're on probation for?
Yes. 2 cases that was on probation for.
All right. Do you know the range of punishment? What you're looking at?
No, ma'am.
All right, you're looking up to 10 years in prison. So you have to ask yourself something. And the reason why I'm telling you need to ask yourself something, because it appears that we've tried treatment with you. You need to ask yourself whether marijuana is so important to you that it's worth potentially going to prison for 10 years. Because it appears to me that you're not really trying to remain clean and sober for marijuana. Because what I'm looking at, I have a dilute in August. Then in September, it's negative. Then in October, it's positive. Then November, positive. Then January, positive. I mean, it appears that you want to go to prison.
No, Your Honor.
Then why are you behaving as though you want to go to prison? Because it seems that your default position is, when in doubt, use marijuana. If I've had a bad day, use marijuana. If I've had a good day, use marijuana. Why are you continuing to use? Because here in Texas, marijuana is not legal. And you will go to prison if you continue to violate, or I should say, you have a potential of going to prison if you continue to violate the rules that I've set down for you.
Understood.
So when's the last time you used marijuana? And you need to be honest with the court.
I believe it was like a week and a half ago.
Well, not I believe. You know when you last used. Did you use yesterday?
No, ma'am.
So when's the last time you used?
About a week ago.
And why are you using marijuana?
I guess it's like you said, I have a bad day, possibly.
And what kind of bad day are you having? Is it a bad day where you're going to prison? That type of bad day? Because to me, that's a bad day. I'm going to prison. So what is going on with you? What bad day are you having?
Maybe just work, overworking.
Well, a lot of people overwork, but they don't turn towards marijuana. I see people doing other things because they're trying to stay up so they can overwork. How old are you?
25.
All right. I don't know what's wrong with young people these days where your default is always I wouldn't say for a majority, but for some that I have in here, young people, your default seems to be, let me do whatever makes me feel good in the moment, instead of thinking past that moment and how it's going to impact your life. So I don't understand how you overwork so you use marijuana. Walk me through it.
Believe it could just be something relaxing. But
read a book. I'm reading a book right now. I still have 30 pages to go. You know what? I was so tired from yesterday. I didn't even get to read these 30 pages. I still do not know who committed the crime and death by committee. 30 pages left. I'm waiting to read the next book in the cozy mystery, and I can't. Because you know what I do when I'm overworked? I end up going to bed, going to sleep. Because I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Didn't even get to have dinner. Just went to bed. And just as a side note, was it painful to put that jewelry in your cheek?
it was, actually.
So why do it?
I thought it looked cool.
Is it real? How do you take it out? If you take it out, will there just be a hole in your cheek?
There would be like a screw, it's something you screw on. So it's like,
Are you able to unscrew it yourself?
No.
You have to get a professional to do that?
Yeah, like a piercer. Yeah.
How much would it cost to go back to a professional and have that removed?
Not too sure.
All right. That's a way to have repeat customers. You put something in them and you're the only person who can remove it. All right. So probation, what do you all recommend for him?
Your Honor, the recommendation is to amend conditions for intensive outpatient treatment, do weekly urinalysis for 60 days, 30, 60 days.
Okay. And then it says on here something about closed interest on restitution matter.
Yes, Your Honor, the restitution was ordered to be investigated and letters were sent out to the victims. And the letters, there has been no response to the letters. The letters were sent out on October 31st of 2021 and then August 22nd of 2022.
All right. So this is what we're going to do. We'll close the interest on the restitution matter because people have tried to reach them. I'm going to want the weekly UAs. He's going to be tested for levels. If those levels rise, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. If he becomes clean, then I'm going to want the UA hotline until further notice. It needs to be tested at least once a week. I'm going to want IOP. And how much time? Oh, he has. Oh, and then do a referral to felony drug court. From here on out, when you are tired and you're like, oh, I'm tired, instead of eating a salad or drinking some chamomile tea, I'm going to do marijuana. You need to ask yourself, could this potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? Is marijuana worth it? And I do know from clients I've had in the past, there's a lot of things that you can make at the jail. Marijuana is not one of them. So there's nothing that you can make at a jail. You're not going to get away with growing a marijuana plant. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you had better do better. Otherwise, a motion to revoke is going to be entered. What's going to end up happening is they're going to arrest you. You're either going to come in like you are today in civilian clothing, or either they're going to bring you over from the Bexar County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to do better. And you need to get a sponsor. So when you ever feel like you are going to use marijuana, you need to be around people to say, don't do that. You could go to jail or prison, as opposed to people, your friends saying, oh yeah, let's do this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes. I would say that he was instructed to attend sober support meetings, but they're indicating they don't have anything on file.
All right. You're going to 90 meetings in 90 days. If you don't show up for that, again, a motion to revoke is going to happen. And there are sober meetings all over this county and all over the state of Texas. And when you feel like you're too tired and you just want to do marijuana, go to a sober meeting. And you can't be too tired. It takes a lot to do marijuana. You got to roll it. Do they now make it where you don't roll it anymore? I think you got to roll it unless you buy it already rolled. Then you got to light it. And sometimes my understanding, it doesn't light on the first try. I've never done any drugs. This is just what I've seen from watching, I don't know, New Jack City or something. So that takes a lot of work. It's not like you just walk into the refrigerator and take an alcohol, and you're not allowed to use alcohol either. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, do better. And you don't have any children, do you?
I do not.
All right, that's a good thing. You're not ready. All right, probation is going to go over new conditions with you.
Playing golf.
Oh, you know, I watched this
I'm not
movie.
saying I am.
You know, I watched this movie called American Dreamer, which is with Jo Beth Williams and Tom Conte. It's a good movie. It's set in the 80s. And so this lady said, you know, I love my husband. He was a little bit crazy. She's like, once he chained himself to a tree in a lightning storm and dared the lightning to strike him. And then Jo Beth Karras is like, and what happened? She's like, I am now a widow. So if you're planning on golfing, you can play in the rain as long as there's no lightning.
I am not. I've got a lot of work to do this afternoon.
Okay, well, you stick with that story. All right.